Hey guys, Sure Shot Midget here, making a video on a rifle you've never seen on my channel. I've never been able to hold or shoot a G3, I don't think ever. I might have an old friend's JG, I think it was, but I don't even think I ever shot it. I played with him and he owns it. So it's an honor. It really is an honor. And it's a Tokyo Marui, so you can't really get any more classic than a Tokyo Marui. So this is a friend's. I'm actually working on his G&G M4. Got the parts in and stuff, so I'll be working on that this week. So you'll see a video at the end of the week on that. Okay, so let's just go over features. Let's start with the back. So the back here is where the battery is housed. You just pop it, push it down, and it comes right off. This feels solid. This is all Tokyo Marui solid plastic. The stock is plastic. It's pretty textured. I like it. It's OD green, two-tone type. So the body's kind of a gray, and the pistol grip, the stock, and the handguard is OD greenish. So the battery that he uses right now is a 7.4 20-40C 1000 milliamp Turnigy Nanotech LiPo. Now he has to have it wired to an adapter to wire it to Big Tamiya, which isn't a super bad thing, obviously. For those techs out there that have heard that Tamiya connectors have a lot more resistance than Dean's, so you will lose probably about 2 rounds a second right here with all these connectors and wires. But I don't know, this gun's shooting pretty well with the motor that we have in here, and that's the only upgrade besides a tight bore that he's been told of, because he did get this off of a owner of an airsoft shop that actually recently closed down. So yeah, that's the battery that he runs. It fits in there nice, even with all the wires. You could probably fit a lot of different batteries in there. You'd have to just test. So yeah, the pistol grip's plastic, it's OD. The body's plastic. It's more of a gray, which I actually like. The features on the body, selector switch here, which is, like an MP5. I think it's like an MP5 one. So full auto down here, ease for semi, and then a safe is up at the top. This is loose. Other than that, I cannot nitpick at this gun anymore, because that's the only thing that bothers me, is just a loose selector, which, this gun is probably 6-ish years old or something ridiculous. So it might just need taken apart and, tightened. So that may be no big deal. You have plastic trigger guard, it's a thick trigger, reminds me of an MP5 trigger. You have a MP5 style magazine catch, or even a G36 style, but then you also have a push button on this side, but I've really never seen anyone ever use that push button magazine release. But anyways, it's there if you want. The magazine, he has 6 or 7 of these. They're metal, they hold between 80 and 120 rounds. They feed really well. This one in here, it looks kind of dirty to me, but I just shot a good bit out of it, and it just feeds flawlessly with .25s. I did not bring the chrono out here, so we don't know how much, how it's chronoing. The compression could be bad, it could be great. There could be an upgraded spring in there, but I'll tell you what, the range and accuracy is good. So even if it's getting low FPS, and it's not getting horrible FPS. It can't be, the lowest is like 250 with .25s, but other than that, it can't be lower than that. Okay, then moving up, you have an OD handguard, which is cool. It's really thin, too. I actually like it, because I'm more of a key mod fan, so wrap your hand all the way around it, and you can with this. But the one thing that's a little odd about the design of this is when you have or it depends on how tall you are and how long your arms are, but for me, when I'm shouldering this and I want to go high grab and grab the front of the rifle, I'm actually grabbing the charging handle, and that can be a little uncomfortable. So if you have shorter arms, it'll be right here. Longer, it'll be up here. And if you're a lefty, if I was shooting the left hand, it'd be perfect. But that's just something to nitpick. And also, if you do put your thumb over the top of the bore, it covers up your sights, so you won't be able to see. But optic, got a rail back here. Put an optic on here, and it just completely eliminates that. This is a metal rail. Not sure what company it is, but it looks nice. That would probably look good with some sort of optic. Charging handle up here, which you can pull back. It folds in, which is nice. It's like the new ACR type charging handles that actually fold. So that's actually really cool. And then you can lock it up, and you have a hop-up in here, which is a very effective hop-up. As far as when you fire the gun, does it unadjust itself? I don't know. That's been issues with just guns in the past, unadjusting themselves when you fire them because of the vibrations and everything. But I don't know. I guess we'll put it to the test. really that's it. I mean, the outer barrel's metal, the inner barrel's metal, flash hider's nice and metal. He was told that the hop up, or the the barrel is a Type bore. I haven't opened it up, so I don't know what bucking's in here. I don't know. Look, I mean, it has to be a stock hop up unit, but it could be some upgraded bucking and barrel. We're not totally sure. He knows the motor in here is upgraded. I actually put this motor in here. When he got this, it had an AVP or AMP amp. Not sure which one. The logo is kind of weird. Looks like AVP. T5000L or something. High torque. That's what was in here. And it was not performing the best because it's a high torque with your standard 18-to-1 gears, and it just didn't spin very well. So he actually, for his upgraded gun, I ordered for him, I recommended a ZCI balance. It has neomagnets, it's got some pretty good torque, but it's balanced, so it's good for high-speed stuff. So I actually put that in here, and it's actually shooting really well. So the high torque's going to go in his M4, his G&G, with the 13-to-1 super shooter gears, the low ratio. So the trigger response will be pretty good, and the speed should be pretty good with that gun. So, yeah, that'll be more of a torque build because of the high torque. He might upgrade his battery on that to a higher voltage, but I'll talk about that in my G&G SSG customer build video once that gun is done. But let's go and shoot it. I mean, that's the only upgrade in here. So a ZCI balance motor with a 7.4, and it's getting probably 15 rounds a second maybe. I have not chronoed it, so it might be between 10 and 15. But I mean, the trigger response is actually really good, to be honest, for a balanced motor. It's a brand new ZCI balance, and we popped it in here, and it works really well. So that, again, that AVP or amp high torque is going to go in his M4. And I also have a JG stock JG red motor that I tried in here, and it wasn't as good as this. So let's go and shoot it. I'm going to shoot the first mag, and then I'm going to let him shoot the second magazine. In order to reload this, it's kind of like an AK-ish. You rock it in. Not as much as an AK. It doesn't really grab on the front of the receiver like an AK. Let's go ahead and sit out here. I'm going to go ahead and sit behind the camera and actually shoot. Give a first-person type thing. Targets are about 100-ish feet away. .25s. Shooting a little high, but obviously you'll get more range out of it when you're shooting high like that. I'll let him adjust the hop up how he wants it, but yeah, I think it's performing pretty well. So full auto. We're out of ammo. I'll go ahead and let him shoot some full auto. So here, you can hold the rifle while I reload. The ammo that we're using is some Airsoft Alpha .25s. They're pretty high quality. They're not the best BBs. They're a Golden Ball rebrand. Here you go.
Something my compatriot here has been commenting on is how this looks like the MP5. The G3 is also a Heckler Koch product. Same thing as the MP5, hence the design similarities. Just wanted to go ahead and point that out. Gonna go ahead and adjust the hop up real quick.
Seemed like the first few rounds go a little low.
Yeah,
that happens with some
maybe
guns.
slight overfeeding.
Yeah, I might have filled it up too much. Well, it looks pretty good. Once in a while there's a little bit of a flyer, but I mean, not even a flyer.
No, not really. I mean, yeah, I'd have to say that.
A flyer is one that goes off really off. Go ahead and try full auto.
Yeah. Looking at the range and how
that's pretty good.
I'd have to say that probably is a Type bore in there. Also, something I want to point out is he's talking about the foregrip, talking like that. Just take your thumb, rest it right on a charging handle like that, and wrap it under. Actually, very comfortable to hold.
That's nice. Nice tip.
All
right, so I'm not sure exactly what rate of fire that's at, but I like it. I really do. So, I mean, it's got to be probably around 10 to 15 rounds a second, which, I mean, that gun it's a Tokyo Marui. You can't expect to be shooting like 30 rounds a second out of it. That gun is built to last. That gun right there is going to last long. It's already lasted 6-7 years or something.
Yeah, something like
so
that.
even with that ZCI balance motor in there, that's only going to make it perform a little bit better, but still last as long. I hope it lasts another 7 years. I'm not sure what tech work went into it, because the owner of that airsoft store, he owned it, so he could have done AOE correct. He could have put a swivel pad in the front to help with the gearbox shell, but generally, Tokyo Marui parts, their quality control is amazing, and their springs in there aren't super hard. They're pretty weak, but their hop-up is like fairy dust on there, so something just bit me.
Something I do know about the gun that he did tell me, the owner, is that he did go in and upgrade the gears and put a higher torque spring in there.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. So last time I had it chronoed, it was shooting about 370 FPS or so.
2.2s, 2.5s?
With 2.5s.
Wow, okay. We'll chrono it after this video. I think we'll take it in the basement and chrono it. I'll put the chrono reading in the description, so just check that out if you're curious. But right off the top of our heads, we don't know. But as far as he can remember, it was pretty hard. And I mean, it doesn't look like it's shooting slow. So, okay, so if you have any questions, comment below. I really do like this rifle. I'm looking forward to him, using it in the field and getting some action with it. Between the high torque that was in there and the ZCI balance, the rate of fire went up probably 2 rounds a second. But even the trigger response seems like it went up, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because high torques are supposed to help with trigger response. But if you think about it, he's only using the 7.4, and a high torque needs a lot of power to operate. Like with my gun, with my 10.8 with the ZCI high torque, it is cycling so fast. So if he was using that 10.8 and his was wired to beans and he had 1301s and he had the ZCI high torque, it would be performing the exact same. So hope that makes sense. That was kind of trailing off. But again, I will post the FPS readings below.
And also, consolidating what he said, if I had money, it'd be shooting a lot better.
Yeah, it would be. He's upgrading his G&G, so I'll have that video below, or not below, next week probably, hopefully. At the end of the week, we're going to play Airsoft next Saturday. We don't know where yet. I'll get gameplay footage of that, but I'm going to try to get his gun up and running then. I've already got it shimmed and greased, and I hope it's working really well. We've got to charge that 9.6 and test to see the rate of fire and trigger response. I'm shooting for with a high torque 20 rounds a second. It's not going to be 25 to 30 like with that other motor, but it's going to be more like my gun, which is probably about 20, whereas mine's 25, but I'm using a higher voltage battery. A lot of tech talk here. This is not a tech talk video. This is just a review and shooting test on a Tokyo Marui Classic G3. So I do recommend the rifle. If you are, if somebody throws you the chance to buy one of these, save your money and buy it. Or if you have enough money, buy it. I mean, these G3s are really good, and it depends on what upgrades they have in it, yada yada. But if you're buying a just bone stock G3, it is going to run really well and last a long time. So, if you guys have any questions, comment below. I know I said that once, but I say that like at least 3 times every video, so got to keep that consistent. So, see you guys later.